This video is for Rewardaudacity. So, I watched your videos last weekend, and I consider you a friend, dear friend even. As close as I can be to someone outside of in person. But I'm sure in person we'd hit it off well. Other people that I've met in person, Corey C, the list goes on. I think in text, I think we'd make fine neighbors. Although, well, no, dude, wrong word, huh? So, I heard what you said about things that you see that you like, that, for lack of a better term, seem precious and sweet, all corrupt and return to dust. That's the nature of fate, my friend. Unfortunate. Time is something that we make, but it's also something that's a thief. Going back to your people that had the Baja buggy. Baja buggies are one of my favorite things. I learned to drive on a sandrail, which had a Volkswagen-based powertrain. But I always have a special spot in my heart for the actual Baja buggy. A quick story: when I was little, they used to stuff me in the back of a Baja buggy that had mud tires on the back. We don't have Bajas down here, we got swamp. And by mud tires, they used to have these tires, they were called, it was like the Groundhog, but they called it the RVT or something. It was like this directional cleat tread. So it had like these directional cleat treads, and buddy, that bug, we went everywhere with the woods, and I remember being little, and we'd drive in the middle of the woods, and we'd pick blueberries. But what do you want me to say? You know, that my dad broke the hell out of his knee last year, and now he's partially crippled because they had to reconstruct his knee. That his friend that was driving it lives in the Carolinas and just kind of lives somewhat rough off the land and loves being out on the water. Took a sailboat to the Bahamas a couple of times. Does that change how precious that moment was? Does that change how precious my memory was? Is part of what make those moments precious the fact that they're not eternal, the fact that they have a span of time. To quote the Bible, you know, consider the lilies of the field that God guilts. And by guilt, you know, I don't mean guilt like what you and I probably feel on a daily. Or is it guild? Maybe I mispronounced guild. Would a lily still be as precious if we didn't know that it was special when it came up? And it's okay. You know, it's okay for things to be precious in the moment. I think it was maybe Pope John Paul II who wisely instructed us to don't let the devil rob today's joy of the potential of tomorrow's sorrow. You know, it's all right. It's really all right. There'll be more precious times, and I think it may be important to try to be in the mindset to accept those precious times and not think like when you're holding a sweet kitten in your hand, to think how it'll one day grow into a cat and die in pain of arthritis. That's just that's negative thinking, and I think it's the devil working in you when that happens, because you know he's a thief, and his number one mission is to rob us of hope. That's the problem I have with the doomers. They don't give us a modicum of hope. And I think we're about ready to see the whole fearmonger thing getting going on. And people look to them because we need to see what to be scared of, right? All right, buddy. I hope things find you well. Man, the way I see it, you're right on the edge of having what you want. You told me a long time ago it's important to be happy, and I'm returning the favor by giving you back that advice, my friend. It's important to be happy. All right. To everybody else, fuck you all.